Good morning, hallelujah. We're getting some pumpage in the altcoins. We got some incredible news and some new integrations. We have some signals that are just screaming the bull is right around the corner. What I mean by bull, I mean that ultra bull, parabolic, absolute pumpage to the upside. But it's all going to come down to what are we doing between now and then? Are we taking advantage of opportunities, or is the market taking advantage of us because we're being emotional? I know I talk about this every day, but this is the truth. This is a part of the market that people tend to get in the wrong positions, or they overtrade, or they under risk manage. And right now, the best opportunity of our life is presenting. We're about to dive in and break down some incredible charts. And who knows, maybe we'll have a guest today, but we got some great things to talk about. And Chris Pfaff, I'm messaging you on X so we can get some things over to you. Let's go. Morning, happy hallelujah. How you doing? Welcome to the BitLab Academy stream. How are you doing? Everybody hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding the bell. We got to get into some things today because we're seeing a little bit of pumpage, but we're also seeing a little bit of chop. But the ultra bull signal that we've been waiting on for some time, that's kicked off every major bull run, I'm talking the parabolic part of the bull run, is flashing right now. Does that mean it's about to break out today? It does not mean that, but I'm going to give you an idea when this might be happening, when it might be kicking in, and also the fact that we're seeing some really good, amazing integrations and just all around incredible news right now in the market. So what are we looking at right now? What we see is Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart, boom, breaking out of the zone, kind of retesting here, but it failed. We're going to talk about this in a second, and now coming back down into the zone. But when we come over here to the coin market cap, let's actually refresh this. We're sitting here at $2.14 trillion. Let's come right here. We got Phantom up 11%, Render up 10%, Chainlink showing some love to those bulls at 10.5%, R&J getting a little bit of a resurgence back, Stacks up 9%, Kusama up 9%. And also, the markets are feeling very good. They're feeling very fruitful. It all determines our future, what we're doing right now in this market. So let's get into it. I got some stuff I'm going to cover today that is, I think, absolutely incredible. And I don't think this is there. Yeah, right here. From Bitcoin Munger, ETF flows continue to be positive on all time frames. In hindsight, this will end up looking like the easiest trade in history. Tick, tock, tick tock. So 1 day flow, 1 week flow, 1 month flow, year to date flow. The amount of capital that has already been eaten up or bought up, taking that market share from other things out there, all the different asset classes. And I got some really incredible statements here that I'm going to be sharing with you from other powerhouses in the financial world. And also, you guys don't understand how bullish everything is right now. But I want to ask everybody that's tuned in, right now, where are you tuned in from? What city, what state, or what city, what country? I'd like to see the broad range of people we have going on here. If you're not watching this live, if you're watching this later, comment down below. And also ask yourself today, this morning, what are you grateful for? Even if things are incredibly tough, it's always tough just when we're comparing ourselves. Look at the path you have going forward. What goals are you working towards? What are the small steps that you can see yourself making progress in? And if you don't see any of those things, it's a great indication you got to adjust some of your strategies, some of your processes throughout the day. We got to get this right so we can get these trades right, so we can make the right moves in this market, because it is a great example of where we are and who we are in the real world. If we're acting emotionally in the markets, we're probably acting emotionally in life. Janice Doopy Green, excuse me, in from Houston, Texas. My hometown. Chris Pfaff, Casper, Wyoming. We got also Mississippi from BTC Newbie. Netherlands, present. How are you doing? You are a present. And John Manning, Knoxville, Tennessee. We're going to have a lot more people rolling in here in just a few minutes, but I just want to make sure that, remember, this is a community of meaningful tools, resources, and an empowering community so that we can ride this rocket to the top together, do it in the right ways and protecting our capital, but also expanding our capital. That's why we're here. But let's get back into this. By the way, everybody, my name's Kelly Kellum. If this is your first time, I can guarantee you it's not going to be your last time. Welcome to the BitLab stream. Now let's get into it. We got some things to talk about today, so let's talk about it. Boom, right here. Let me, hold on, kind of get this set up. There we go. Now here we go. Charlie Munger, traditional finance legend who hates Bitcoin. What does he say? Hold on one second. System audio, boom. There we go.
The safe assumption for an investor is that over the next 100 years, the currency is going to zero.
Over the next 100 years, fiat currency going to zero. And then following that up with the legend himself. This way you're not thinking, oh, it's just Joe Rogan, a podcast host. Well, we just saw Charlie Munger talking about the fact that the dollar is likely going to be collapsing. But not only the dollar, all the fiat currencies in general, they are on a runaway path of just being unsustainable, and it's going to collapse at some point. And now we have a better option. We have something outside the system. So what does this mean?
If Bitcoin becomes the only money worth anything.
Say that again, Joe Rogan.
Imagine if Bitcoin becomes the only money worth anything.
Let's turn it up a little bit. Let's see what he says one more time.
Imagine if Bitcoin becomes the only money worth anything. And then everybody's like, well, I don't have any of it. Well, your money's not worth shit. You got to get new money. You got to get money in Bitcoin.
That's what's going to happen.
And then there's only a certain amount of Bitcoin, right? Like the Bitcoin number is finite, right? So like maybe there's no Bitcoin for you.
Right.
What the fuck are you talking about?
That's what's going to happen.
That's what's going to happen. Imagine if Bitcoin becomes the only money worth
Imagine
anything.
if Bitcoin
And then everybody's like,
becomes the only money. This is just following the statements right here of Charlie Munger.
The safe assumption for an investor is that over the next 100 years, the currency is going to zero.
Boom. So we are in the right place. Somehow, all of us, you, me, any of your friends and family, anybody out there that's here in the live chat, we are ahead of the world. We got in before the early adopters of institutions, and they're just now really starting to absolutely layer into this. And we can see that by looking at the data when we see stuff like this. These ETFs, all positive. And it's not just BlackRock or ARK Invest or ProShares or Valkyrie or even the 2X Bitcoin Strategy ETF or, Fidelity, GBTC. There are so many different ETFs, and we've seen a huge number. It was over 900 something institutions aped into Bitcoin in the first quarter. We had another 700 in the second quarter. Things are only just getting started. Now, when we understand this, it makes it a lot easier to understand that we don't need to be so triggered by the small time frame movement, the small time frame price movements. So let's understand that. When we're looking at the signals that we want to see, this is the signal we want to see, and that is the global money supply. And we've been talking about this for some time, but it is this right here. Previous all-time high, breaking out. That's what this blue circle is. Breaking out previous all-time high. Similarly back here, breaking out previous all-time high. Let's correlate this to where we're at in the market cycle. Gaussian channel turned green. We had a little bit of a base here. The global liquidity ticked up first, and then we had this runaway absolute parabola. Similar. Broke out here. The price action on Bitcoin still had a little bit of chop to do. We had the global economic shutdown, but then the global money supply started running away. And then what did we see? Boom. Absolute parabolic move to the upside. Similarly, we just got that move right here, right now, here in the last couple weeks. And it tends to front run this absolute explosion to the upside. So we have institutions, we have corporations, retail's becoming more familiar. Understand that retail becoming more familiar with Bitcoin right now because of all these trusted institutions like BlackRock, Fidelity, Van Eck, and having people like Larry Fink, having people like Jamie Dimon starting to capitulate into the Bitcoin narrative and understanding that we're seeing absolute incredible data and the amount of positivity that the bullishness that comes from this data is making retail adoption to become an easier road because those trusted individuals are speaking so highly of it. And we're starting to see the returns. Those people are starting to be aware of what's possible and the fact that the US dollar is likely going to collapse. And if not, the runaway inflation is absolutely going to steal their time they spent earning that fiat currency. Bitcoin is the only option. Now, understanding that, then we can move on to this next chart right here. This next chart right here shows that Bitcoin, the last time BBWP, the Bollinger Band width percentile, signaled multiple blue bars on the 2-week chart of Bitcoin, we saw almost 200% upward move. Incidentally, this is only the second time that we've seen blue bars in the BBWP. This has never happened before in history. This means how tight the volatilities come down, so constricted because of all. Remember last summer, this was that huge consolidation phase last summer with about a $7,000 price move over the course of multiple months. And then we had this nice move up. And this is the Bollinger Bands. As the volatility constricts, because everything's consolidating, the BBWP, this is showing how tight the Bollinger Bands got. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 weeks of just absolute, basically explosive loading. And what are we seeing right now? So I want you all to realize this, as much as you might have been frustrated with the Bitcoin price action traveling sideways on this chart, when we're looking at this, seeing the price action travel right now, we're at about 125, 126 days right here, just sideways price action, multi-month, very similar to what we saw in the last summer, the period of the last summer. Very similar to what we saw over the last summer with this about 219 days sideways price action. As frustrating as that might feel, understanding, where's that damn chart? As frustrating as that might feel, that also brings the volatility so constricted. That brings the volatility so constricted. So as boring as that is, if you can be patient, it actually provides an incredible, explosive, spring-loaded jump-off point, especially considering where we're at in the market cycle. Knowing that we are right here, right where we should be post-halving, loading up. The spring is coiled for that explosive move to the upside, shown by this BBWP, the constriction, loading up for the big move. And the big move right now favors continuation to the upside. So this boring price action actually is an incredible opportunity to look forward to, and the speculation of higher prices. So should we be frustrated right now? It's moving sideways? No. When you look to the data, then the data can start to become very, very sexy as a bull. Now, that doesn't mean you take every long opportunity with a 33x leverage. And this is why we're going to be breaking this down. And guys, we got it. It's about 99% set for all of you that are going to be trading with us on CoinW. We have free access to education resources for trading on CoinW, as well as some live trading sessions. And I'm bringing in other experts as well that are going to be providing signals as well, setups, breakdowns, live sessions. All you need to do to join us to trade on CoinW is to head over to the link that is in the top of the live chat. I will post it in the live chat as well. It is also directly below this video. So sign up with us. Sign up with us right here. When you scroll down, this first trade with us here on CoinW, get up to $30,500 in bonuses. Boom, click on that link, sign up. No KYC, no VPN required. You can use it, I think, pretty much anywhere other than the UK. I always recommend using VPN to always protect yourself when you're doing anything in crypto. But sign up there, deposit a minimum of $100, and you'll have access to the private Signals Lab group that we are setting up. And in addition to that, remember, when you sign up, you deposit $100, you get a free $100. This is all your money. It doesn't even come to me. $200, you get another $200. $500, you get $500. You deposit $3,000, you get $1,000. So this is all your money. You get to trade with us. We're going to set up the signals to make sure you stay on the right side of the trade, understanding risk management, all the things that you need to do. And in addition to that, we will be doing the first drawing tomorrow on this tweet right here. So retweet this tweet. And we're doing the first drawing tomorrow for $100 USDT. In order to win, you have to be retweeting this, but then also signed up at CoinW. You know where the link is to get involved with us, because we got an incredible signals group that we're going to be doing. It's called Signals Lab. And do not join any group unless we're posting it here. The exact link in our description here on the YouTube page. We will identify it. It's going to verify your UID and everything to make sure you get access. But all these signals right now with the BBWP setting up for this explosive action, which we saw here, setting up again Also knowing that, look at this, all cohorts are in accumulation mode. And what do we talk about back here? Follow the money, follow the whales. The whales, Bitcoin over 10,000. These are ultra whales. And then Bitcoin's 1,000 to 10,000 Bitcoin. The ultra whales started to really accumulate first. This is a bright blue, means accumulation. Dark red means selling, distribution. Now, what do you notice? We get into tops. Now, everybody's selling here. But all cohorts, under one Bitcoin all the way up to 10,000 or more, everybody's accumulating here. What do you see? Price action up. And then what do you see right here? Everybody was scared except for the bigger players, 100 to 1,000, 1,000 to 10,000, and 10,000 or more Bitcoin. These three bands, 1, 2, 3, right in here, they're all accumulating while retail was scared because there's a little dip. Let's stop being like that. Let's understand that there's opportunity when you get these dips, especially after an ETF. This was the ETF pump, and then the sell-off. Big money was buying. Dumb money was selling. Now, what are we seeing right here? Big money was buying already here. Even though we got a little more of a dip, they sustained, continuing to buy. And now we're essentially get all cohorts except for 10 to 100. There's a little bit of a disparity there, but we're starting to stack up into that preparation for that major move to the upside. And this is coupled with, remember, the fact that this signal just flashed. Last time it flashed, meaning breaking of previous all-time high, liquidity injection into the system, preceding the absolute ultra bull, similar back here, 2016, broke up. We had sideways consolidation, and then the parabola just kicked in gear to the upside. All things are lining up for that ultra bull. And remember, when we look at this, come back down to, let's go to the daily, actually. Double click here. We are still within that. We're 124 days. I think if we zoom in here, we'll probably, let's see, 1, 2. So 126 days post-halving. We're looking for this box right here. You don't need to just draw boxes for horizontal support and resistance, but on a time basis, you can set some parameters for when things are more likely or not to happen. In this case, based on the previous two cycles, looking at this right here, looking at the time from halving to when you start having, a little bit of chop, and then when this actually starts breaking up, the last two cycles both showed that it took about 160 days to break out. So I took a few days before and a few days after, and this will likely be the zone in which the price action breaks out. Now, the early date here is the 9th. I'm actually going to tighten this a little bit and put this, kind of like this. And this is basically roughly about the middle of September and all the way into, this is not an exact date. It shows October 25th. But remember, we have something going on this year. We have a huge thing at the very beginning of November. I don't want to say what it is because every time I do, it demonetizes the channel. But you know what's coming. Now, this is where the price action is right now. We are still within this very safe range, consolidating previous all-time high, and everything is setting up for absolute bull carnage, just spanking down on the bears. Shout out Crypto Danks in the house. How you doing? He and I are working on something a little crazy, a little great that we're going to be bringing to you all. So I'm looking forward to that. And he will be back on Monday, everybody. So here we go. Nicole Tater says, "Hey, Kelly, miss you, fam. Much love from Greece." Yeah, we still here. Well, I'm still here with you. Big love to you. Look at that. You got that photo with Drew in the picture. I love it. That's Drew from Blockchain Basement. But this is what we're waiting on. We're waiting on a little bit more time to resolve. That doesn't mean we can't push up between now and then. We likely will get another attack here at the 68,000. Maybe a little bit of hesitation, but this is that zone I'm really watching for. Remember, middle of September, I think it's 17th and 18th. I could be wrong. Right about those dates, though. Let's call it the 18th. FOMC, next FOMC meeting where they will either decide to cut rates. Will those rates be cut by 25 basis points, 50 basis points? What's going to happen there? But also understanding when you look at what's going on, as we talked about, let's come over here to Matthew Hyland. Matthew Hyland, my boy, shared this right here that we're paying attention to. Coming into that November date that we're talking about, consolidation into that date, then breakout. A little overrun here, comes down, consolidation, and then ultimately breakout. We're looking at the same time periods of the same thing that happens every 4 years, not the halving, not the global liquidity, but that very important date in November for the U.S. And what are we seeing? Same thing in the last cycle. And currently, we are essentially doing the same thing. Not only that, we are consolidating at the previous all-time high. Nothing has changed or leaned bearish here right now. The question is, are you preparing for this market cycle, or are you jumping in because you hear about it and it's exciting, but then, oh, you don't know if you can endure it? Well, zoom out on the chart. Zoom out on the chart and understand that we are in a macro incredible bullish structure. Zooming out on this, looking over time, halving, up, halving. This is where we're at right here. This little zone, let's zoom in on this a little bit. This little zone right here, this is where, look, impulse up, sell off, continuation. Where are we at? We're still in this zone. Things are lining up beautifully. What is it looking like on liquidity? Well, now we're starting to get a little bit of a hot zone, and we've been talking about this the last few days, about this $61.8 to $62,000 level. It's a gateway to beyond 64, and these areas we need to tackle before we consider that next true leg up. And when we look at this on the larger time frame, on the weekly, you see this is getting very hot. We still have this zone down here that may very well could get tapped, especially considering this M formation lower high right here. But this, I want you to know right now, if this does drop down into this zone, this is not cause for concern. It's over. This is cause for, let me look. If this comes down into the zone, let me look for buying opportunities in this liquidity zone down here. This is why we stream on a daily basis, because these things can flip on a dime. And the question is, before they flip, if you don't have a strategy in place, or you don't have a consideration about what the upside and downside possibilities are, then you get triggered, you get emotional, you trade away the capital that you're here to expand, not give away. That's why we're here. We got to remember that. So when we're looking at this data and we understand we are sitting here exactly this, look at this line right here. See that pink line? This is a current cycle. This is the, where is it? This is last cycle, this orange line. This is a 2016 into 2017 cycle. And you look at this, we're exactly where we should be. Setting up for this. So why are we so worried? And then we look over here, we look at the Bitcoin versus S&P 500. We notice this massive, I don't want to necessarily call it a divergence, but equities just absolutely, tech stocks, S&P 500, just absolutely pushing up. The markets, traditional finance pushing up while Bitcoin is traveling sideways. Does this mean Bitcoin's broken? No, Bitcoin's dealing with its own considerations, being that it's consolidating at these two previous all-time highs. And the fact that the biggest news in history of Bitcoin just happened. And it's only getting stronger. January 10th, January 11th, ETF approval, and then launch. And then all the data with all of these incredible institutions just layering in. And now pushing back up very strongly. What I want you to pay attention to is the directionality of both these. Not every single move. Directionality up. Even look at this little move here. We had a hiccup on Bitcoin as well. But then down together. Equities are the traditional finance led. The stock market led Bitcoin. This had the FTX collapse sideways, then up. But this had already W-bottomed and started working its way up. See? Boom, up. So the fact that this is kind of in this precarious situation, there's a big date later this year that a lot of uncertainty is happening because of also some of the regulatory concerns and what sort of participation the U.S. government is going to have with the crypto ecosystem. So let's all keep our minds right. Let's stay positive. Let's keep ourselves on the right side of all of this. Now, when we come back and we also look to, it's not just Bitcoin and Ethereum, but also looking at Avalanche. Did you see this news? Franklin Templeton's, they're worth like $1.6 trillion, their assets under management. 420 million tokenized treasuries fund now on Avalanche. Franklin Templeton's on-chain U.S. government money market fund, FOBXX, a tokenized U.S. treasuries fund, has expanded its reach to Avalanche, aiming to broaden its investor base. Boom. And we can see on that, if we come up here, let's go to Avalanche. We got a little bit of a pop here. Boom. And look at where it's at. I did not move this. I actually have not even opened this chart until we're on here right now. And that is this 2465 sort of zone. And let's look at where the price action came into, basically right in the zone, right into this order block that is automatically printed. See this red bars, this red bar and this red bar? This is automatically printed on the chart for those of you that use the BitLab trading stack. Gives you the BitLab volume, gives you these different moving averages and signals here, the BitLab intelligence, showing you the divergences that are in place, likely reversal zones. Look at these divergences, letting you know this is about to run. And also, of course, the BitLab trend fuel here on the bottom, where you can see negative money flow, positive money flow, the momentum, when momentum waves are showing there's a lot of buy power or sell, an over exuberance of buy power or sell power. Right here, see how they turn green, and also RSI, stochastics, VWAP, and the general state, the dashboard of signals, all green right now on Avalanche. You get all three of these within the BitLab trading stack. By the way, it's still on an incredible deal we have going on right now. That's only going to be available. The deal, this will continue to be available, but the deal is only available until we break all-time high, and that is down here on the bottom of the screen, lab.bitlabacademy.com/deal. Let me pull that out. Let me just show you. Lab. There we go. Go to this page. You get 15 days free access to our Discord, where we have all kind of signals and we got a member stream today at 3:00 with John Dalton, 3 p.m. Eastern time. John Dalton and Alex Green can be running this one, and I'll be popping in there as well. But it's just, charts, conversations. That's just a members chat. You can see VIP charts, breaking things, breaking it down. And then in my thing where I'm sharing the portfolio, the moves I'm making, everything going on-chain data. Get involved. We get a lot of high alpha in there. lab.bitlabacademy.com/deal. That gets you access to the Discord. And even if you don't want that, as soon as you sign up for that, the next page gives you access to a super discounted, it's for life, BitLab trading stack. So go ahead and get in there while you can before that deal goes away. Otherwise, it'll go back up to the $37.99 rather than the 15 days free. And I think it's like 25 or something like that for the Discord for life. And then, so all this stuff in there. Now, let's talk more about what's going on with this market, because guys, gals, friends, countrymen, see this right here? We can move this up. 161 days. This is what I'm talking about. When we're looking at where we're at right now, we're waiting on this time. We're waiting on everything to set up for that ultra bull. Now let's get back into our Kraken chart. Oh, we're on there. Okay, let's go to 4 hour. Double click. Let's look at this. Let's go to the 8 hour chart. Let's turn on the BitLab intelligence. I just want you to notice something. Reversal signal. Reversal signal. Kind of had a little bit of a dip there, but we didn't have the confluence of multiple data points. All these bullish divergences. And then right here, boom, launch. Even on this little bullish divergence right here, little push up into the weekly VWAP, rejected, showing we're still in a downtrend, Now look at this, 5 bullish divergences and a reversal signal, marked the bottom of this, broke back above this yellow line, which is my favorite signal on the BitLab intelligence. The weekly VWAP comes back, tests it. That would have been the signal. This tells me the setup's there, very strong. The breakthrough, the retest here, this would have been my signal to ride this. Essentially from there, come on. Up for that 20% move there. Now we got 2 more bullish divergences right here, reversal signal, and nice move up, consolidating. I do expect by the end of this month, early next, I do think we're going to start attacking back up into this range very soon. We can see by the BitLab trend fuel, the momentum waves are arcing up, and the money flow is arcing up. It was negative, right? But it's arcing up, starting to get to that neutral zone. The VWAP is back above this 0 line. We want to watch for some sort of like this, like nice push up here, little pullback. And look at this. We have like an inverted head and shoulders on the VWAP here. But we want to see this start reversing, going back up. The stochastics tried to pull back. They're trying to angle back up. I think that move is likely coming, barring some catastrophic political news or, something like that. But this is the zone I'm watching. Not only is it on the liquidity charts, the heat maps, but also right here at 62,000, this sort of range high. Breaking back up from here, we're looking to tack basically 68,000, likely pull back down into the 63, and then continuation to the upside. It's just a matter of time. When we're looking at Ethereum, this is what, we drew this out the other day. It has two opportunities. Don't be mad that there's two opportunities. Everybody's like, oh, it could go up, it could go down. Okay, blue. If that frustrates you, you don't know how freaking markets work. You need to let go of the ego, of the troll nonsense, and it's none of you here. Because every one of you here in this community, this is one of my favorite things about the BitLab community. It's no trolls in here. We're all learning. What I'm saying is, for when I tune into other people's channels and people are, the truth is you've got to be prepared for both sides. Because as bullish as something can be, something that is a black swan or something that jolts some markets can provide opportunity in the opposite direction that you are prepared for. And if you understand that nothing is guaranteed in these markets, then you can take advantage of those moves rather than those moves taking advantage of you. That's the point here. As it stands right now, I am leaning more bullish on most assets. But I'm still prepared if this were to happen, if this comes down, boom, boom, boom. As it stands right now, we do have this bit of a symmetrical triangle here in the middle of a weird sort of breakdown leg. Typically would indicate a likely move to the downside, but we're seeing this momentum wave coming up. It's fighting to stay here. If we start seeing this break down, then I'm just looking for another opportunity to get cheaper Ethereum down here at this 2,300 mark. But everybody's really calling for, on the near-term bull, this zone right here is kind of the breaking point. This 2575 to 2550 zone, we really, for the near-term bullishness, want Ethereum to stay above this. If this come down here and bounce, push up, boom, that would be your signal. But you don't need to jump in something at this moment. Wait for the move to start to be defined, to break out, a little pullback. Even if the pullback goes push up all the way to here and then we get the pullback, wait for the pullback and the reversal of that pullback, and you get in with very tight stop losses right about right here. You don't need to buy it right here when it comes down to test that zone. That's when you get wicked out. So wait a little bit, get the move defined, confirmed, and then on this with strong signs of volume and etc., you basically put in your position there, and you have your stop loss basically right back down in there. And in this case, you could target, somewhere up around these lows or these lows, or have one target here, which I'm looking at this low here, and your next target here. This is for people trading. Remember, this is one of the reasons why we're segmenting the trading stuff for what I'm doing on the YouTube, because on YouTube, I try to be, you all have noticed it, I'm very much more focused in longer position trades. For those of you that have the tenacity and the ambition and the desire, and also the awareness that you need risk management, you need a community to do this in a healthy way. That's why we're doing the Signals Lab community there that you can have free access to through that CoinW link. And it's they're pinned in the top of the comments. It's also pinned right here below the video. Trade with us here on CoinW. Deposit $3,000, get $1,000 free. That's all money for you to trade with. Deposit $100, get $100 free. And I'm going to be sharing the link with you in only about 48 hours to start getting you in this trade signals group. Again, do not take it from anybody else. Don't take it from anybody that sends you a message on Twitter. There's so many fake profiles out there. Make sure you're going to get it specifically from a link that I'm going to be posting in the descriptions here, and etc. So now we got to talk about, Avalanche making some nice moves. So let's look at Avalanche and see what we got. I mean, look at this nice reversal move to the upside. The reversal setup was here, but remember I say, especially with not only the BitLab trading stack, any indicator series, you want to have multiple points of confluence. So we had 6 bullish divergences there, showing the bulls were trying to basically set up for the move. The reversal signal, REV, right here. We got a little move up, the washout down, but then look, W pattern. We got 3 bullish divergences, 2 bullish divergences, 2 more bullish divergences. This broke. I'd be waiting here for this to break back above this yellow signal line, and also for this money flow and this momentum wave to start to tick up. And look at, wouldn't you know, right here is when it ticks up, but the money flow crosses positive right here. And the price action tries to wash out below the trends, this weekly VWAP, this yellow line. And boom, it's right here that I would have got in on this move. And that's a 17% move. And notice right here, once you break back above the weekly VWAP, this is also roughly the same price that it was back here. So you paid to be patient, so you didn't have to get excited. Oh my God, do I get out? Then it's up. Then it's that. Dude, you let the market show you its desire, and you can ride that desire, baby. Let me stand next to your fire. Let's go. But here we are. Price action. Boom. Where do you target? We have this. Let's see. This right here, the order blocks right here. And look at where it came up into. So that would have been a great smaller time frame take profit. For those looking to buy positions for the longer term, anywhere down here would have been a great opportunity. But once we get back up above this weekly VWAP, and also positive money flow, especially on the 4-hour, this would have been a great, basically longer term entry. Again, none of this is financial advice. This is advice on strategy and things that I've seen that have wrecked me and things that I've seen that have made me a lot of money. That's what it comes down to. Green Day profits. Green Day profits. Where did that thing go? Hold on a second. You sent a $10 super chat and you said, what do you say? Say, great community we have here. I appreciate you all. I appreciate you. I appreciate every super chat. We have a team of people over here. We got rent. We got gear. We got, it takes more than you know. It's not just a computer and going on stream. So anytime you guys are participating in our affiliate links, sending super chats for coins you want to see, joining BitLab Academy, the actual BitLab Academy courses and Discord, you guys have no idea how much that helps impact the community on the back end, so we can bring more to you all and also do giveaways and all these sorts of things. And so I do appreciate you, Green Day Profits. Thank you very much. Giver's Gain, says the Sawtooth Hiker. Shout out there. Let's go ahead and look at Chainlink, because Chainlink also has some pretty damn awesome news. Did you guys see this right here? Boom. Bank of America using Chainlink patent to improve banking efficiency. Bank of America real world asset tokenization. This is awesome. This is awesome. This is starting to getting those integrations of the traditional finance, real world, Web 2 into ushering things into the new world, because the new world, this technological revolution that we're under right now, is no different than when all of a sudden the invention of the railroad track and the train. The railroad track and the train is what ushered in the ability to have that industrial revolution. That ushered in, I mean, do you guys understand how important the railroad was to the development of the world for where we're at now? We forget about that. The rails of the future, the rails of what is building the future, or what the future is building on, is blockchain, is directed acyclic graphs, is metagraphs, is smart contracts, is Bitcoin, is crypto, is altcoins. We lose sight of this because sometimes you're like, oh, I can make some money on this micro cap. No. Look to what the functional utility is of this asset class, the broad range that we have in this asset class, and what this future is going to be built on. When you start understanding that, then you start taking a stronger fundamental view of what is going on in this market. By the way, I did release a video yesterday, and it has a little bit more information on there that I'd love for all of you to go take a look at, because it's, it doesn't really talk about price action. It talks about what is going on essentially with, Constellation DAG. It is this video right here, Pentagon altcoin pick. They are in talks with the Undersecretary of Defense. They already have contracts with the U.S. Air Force and U.S. Space Force. They're integrated on the International Space Station. Partnerships with IBM and Panasonic, helping basically implement that Internet of Things between cars, I believe on Toyota. There's so many different things Constellation DAG is doing, and it is worth it. I talk a little bit about the directed cyclic graphs and how this differs from blockchain and why, especially considering the security of our data, because data is the new oil. It is active in every single thing we do in the world now. We're seeing mass exploits and mass hacks. And we saw 2.9 billion records stolen from the IRS. And we saw CrowdStrike shut down the world on one little error because they are centralized data and security systems. We need the next stage as governments, corporations, institutions, and ourselves having everything protected of end-to-end encryption with something like Constellation DAG. And they are primed. They're in a prime position to take those things on. So go and watch this video. I'll post it. I'll post a link for this it's a very short video. So go, boom, let me post here. Go and watch this. Drop a comment down below. Thoughts on that. I want you guys to get in, understand the fundamental reasons why some of these partners we take on, why some of these coins that we have in our portfolio. This is what I'm looking at. So let's look at Stacks. Stacks also, I do think Stacks is going to do freaking excellently, especially as that Bitcoin narrative. Look at this sort of boom, 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 boom. A little too many lines there, but we're coming into this range. What range is this? This descending channel. We're coming into not only this horizontal zone right here, but also once we break out of this, we're looking to attack this basically $1.80 to $2 range. And once this is cleared, then this 240, and then I think it's going to be up and away. And we see this large move to the downside, smaller moves, little trigger waves, as CryptoFace likes to call it on his market cipher. This is on BitLab Trading Stack. Similar deal with these momentum waves here. Negative money flow, but look, the VWAP's positive. They're trying to play the positive spread. A lot of green here on the dashboard. Near also right into the zone. So many things on the precipice now. If there is an impulse to the downside, look for opportunity in those impulses to the downside. We are above the weekly VWAP here. We're into this order block that's also this horizontal support and resistance zone. The next zone from here is up here, basically the $5 range, and then the zone is going to basically be coming up here to attack the $6 range. But this is looking like a likely into this bullish narrative. We also have a bit of an Adam and Eve pattern here, or Adam and Eve pattern here. We're sitting above the trend signal line. Trend signal line is turning green. Things are looking good. Dave Middleton, VELODROME. Let's look at VELODROME. Boom. Is it Yeah, VELODROME. I got it in here somewhere. VELODROME. That's not VELODROME. VELODROME is a DEX on Optimism, created by the same developer that did Aerodrome. Optimism is an incredible project with so many things being built on it. So it's definitely worth a look. A lot of bearishness here with this momentum waves to the downside here on the BitLab Trend Fuel. But look, we're getting bullish divergences here, and what we get, we pushed up and we sort of broke through this descending trend line that we had. That, let's turn off this really quick. So yeah, touch. So this went to here to touch. And now look, we broke above, found support, giving credence to this level, broke back down, double bottomed right in the order block zone. This is why I love the BitLab Trading Stack. It's telling you zones to pay attention to. Now look at this. We broke up and we're being suppressed below the next order block directly above us, which accounts for this previous range top and those other range tops. And look where we rejected. We need to clear this. The next level up is going to be right in here. Well, look, order block. Now, why was this area defended with a lot of orders? That's what this order block means on the BitLab volume indicator. Because as price action pushed up, look at what it was attributed to. You can see the actions of big players in the space by seeing these order blocks. They see this come up and they're like, nope, we're dumping it. Came up into this range, and this is exactly what happened. Nope, we're going to call this the bottom. This is where a lot of buyers came in. Boom. pushed up, rode this a little bit now. So this is the zone we're watching, 7.2 cents to about 7.6 cents. The move out of this, likely retest here, and then coming back up here into this 9.3, 9.5 sort of cents. That's what we're looking at for there. Now, somebody else said Arbitrum. That's is it Arb? Yeah, Arb. Arbitrum looks very similar to what we just saw in VELODROME. A lot of these coins are going to look similar because they're all kind of following the same sort of path. Now, why did I draw it like that? Because as I was moving this, I'm looking right here from this point to trying to get the next point touched. Once I do that, so once I do this, I extend it out and you can see rejection. We broke through support at it, drop. Looks very similar to VELODROME. The W formation broke out, found support. We're riding this. So same thing. We're watching right here to break through 5.8 cents. And look at where that's attributed to, right? Same spot. The next level up we're looking at is basically up here at the 66 cents sort of range. And then we're looking up here at this point of control at about 78 cents. Did I say 6 cents? Yeah, 66. Okay. But same thing, momentum wave, large wave, smaller wave, RSI and stochastics angled to the upside, mostly bullish on the dashboard. The VWAP is back above the zero line. And what does it look like on the intelligence? Look at that. Bullish signal, W, and then we got 4 bullish divergences. Is that? Yeah, 4 bullish divergences right here. And a reversal signal. I mean, this was just giving the darn signals to you, man. So things are setting up for an incredible time in this market. If we just hold on to our butts, I'm just adding a redirect to Taco. We're not done yet. Where's he at? He's not on there. I was yelling at Taco, asking where his thing is so I can redirect you. And not now, in a few minutes. Now, Injective, where we at on Injective? Injective, okay, look, this broke above the weekly VWAP. Look, reversal signal comes back down, trying to get suppressed, but we're held by the trend signal line, angled up right into, look at this, right into the order block. I'm telling you guys, use that link that's right there, lab.bitlabacademy.com/deal. You can sign up. You get 15 days free of the Discord and all the signals there. It's not just me. It's John Dalton, Corduroy, Alex Green, Sawtooth's in there, Tiggle. But there's so many people in there. We got quite a lot of members. We do member streams as well. And as well as that, once you sign up for the Discord, then you get access to the BitLab trading stack at instead of being, it's a pretty high price, but it's significantly reduced in price, and you get to maintain that reduced price for the life of your account if you want these indicators. Now, things are, coming right in the zone. I watched for a little bit of a pullback down here into the 1929, 19, potential pullback all the way to 1850, but right here, the low 19s, if this does get a small rejection here, but what we really want to see is this to break out to the upside and the money flow to flip positive. SMT, we haven't looked at in some time. Look at this. Below the trend signal line, it's red. Comes down where? Right into this order block that we had from all the way back here, March 2024. Find support. And what do we know? Find support. We get 3 bullish divergences, reversal signal. Boom, up. Now, come down. We lose the weekly VWAP and the trend signal line, and we have a lower high. All 3 of these things would have told you to take a short on the smaller term timeframes, not if you're a long-term position holder. And then what do we get? Move down to this zone. That would have been the safest entry right here. I would have entered about right here on the smaller retest. Boom, to the downside, right into the order block, created another order block, which means a lot of liquidity came in at that price level saying, I'm defending this area. Boom, defended until this price action pushed through the trend signal line. And now we're still under the weekly VWAP, but we're just now starting up the setup for the bulls, which means the price action's above the weekly VWAP, this yellow line. But we'd like to see this move up a little bit, have a little bit of a pullback, and on the next move up, that would be the move. But look, also massive bullish divergence on the trend fuel as well. What's something else we haven't looked at in a while? Oh, I want to look at SWE because I know they have some big They have a big upgrade going on with them as well. Let's see. Sorry, Kelly. I don't know why you said sorry, Kelly, but big love to you. Boom, boom, boom. Taco saved me from buying a pure. I love Taco. Taco is going to be a part of the Signals Lab group that you're getting access to when you sign up for CoinW. And remember, it's when you sign up, it's when you deposit money, you keep that money. And it's just so you have money to trade while we're trading. We make like a 0.00 something ridiculous percentage on just the fees of the trading that you do. And we are incentivized to make sure that you know how to trade and you're trading well, because that way, if you empty your account, then we don't make any money on any exchange volume commissions. So when you sign up for CoinW, deposit money, you get money. You get a bonus when you sign up, and you get to keep that money. You get to trade with it, and we're going to make sure that you trade it up into the right. We're going to do our best to. Of course, everybody has to make their own decisions. None of it's financial advice, but we are here to ride this with you to the top. Look at this. Bullish signal here. We didn't really get the reversal signal, which you don't always get. But look, 5 bullish divergences and reversal signal. Nice move up. 2 bullish divergences. And then the bearish signal, or more bearish divergences. Boom. We're sitting here kind of in the it's trying to determine. Tried to wash out. Bulls brought it up. You see this teal candle on the BitLab Intelligence, part of the BitLab trading stack, showing a lot of buyers came in. We had bullish divergence here on the momentum waves, which is why this line's drawn. Created an order block down here. I just hope that this doesn't come down and try to double tap into this. As it stands right now, we're still above the trend signal line. We got a bullish reversal sign. When it's on the bottom, it's bullish. When it's on the top, it's bearish. You don't not really seeing many on the tops, but we really would like to see this. See this push up? It's testing this zone right here. We'd like to hold this zone. Otherwise, we're likely coming down here to 77 cents. But we'd really like to see this break this $1 to $1.15 range, and on next move down, stay above this if it tests this zone. But that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm feeling. I do want to say, I want to shout out, this stream is powered by Arculus. Make sure you're protecting your crypto. Make sure you're protecting your future. Get the best crypto cold storage solution that's out there. It is at getarculus.com. This card, you get one tap to swap, trade, and store your crypto. Most secure cold storage solution out there. It's my favorite wallet. Getarculus.com. Use code LAB10. The link is also in the description down below. If you use code LAB10, discount code, you will get 10% off, and you also help and support the channel. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. We are going to try and send you over to Taco if I can find his stream on the redirect thing. Let's head over there now. Let's let him know it's Taco time. I don't see his trade on there. I don't know. I don't see his DGen. Got it. Found it. All right, everybody. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Get in lab.bitlabacademy.com/deal so you can get in the Discord with us, where we just have such a strong community, and sign up with CoinW if you also want some more active live trading setups and sessions and signals for not only me. We got a couple other big dogs that are going to be coming in as well. But I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you on the other side. Adios, muchachos. 3 p.m. member stream in the Discord. I'm doing an interview later, so I'll be there a little late. But I'll see you guys. Adios, muchachos.